initial thoughts on the practice?
Yeah, it's good getting back out here early in the week. This time of the year, things are a little monotonous, and you need to keep the energy high. And I thought the guys did a really good job of that. We played a lot of small games, and the compete was there. And it's balancing, making sure we're getting our touches, staying hard on pucks, but also staying healthy, keeping our rest. So I thought it was a good day as we move forward.
I know you guys always have that focus on yourself and what you guys do, but is there anything in particular against Alaska Fairbanks you're trying to hone in on this week?
Yeah, I think just like you said, mostly being ourselves, and we really respect how hard they work, and we got to make sure that we have intensity going into the week. So that's a big theme for us, is being ready to compete, keeping our intensity high, and that we want to be peaking by Friday and just keep getting better with that compete level every day.
Do you think with what happened on Saturday with that big brawl that could help boost that intensity?
I think the fans always like stuff like that. It brings some energy, some things like that. But it's always good knowing that the guys have their backs, and that they take care of each other, and that's what we're about, right? Like we need to make sure that we're fighting for each other every day. So I think that always when you know a teammate or your team's got your back, that always helps and brings energy, and just supporting each other is a really big thing in the process.
Was there any injury updates, or was there any game suspensions that were?
That I'm all not sure about. So yeah. I don't have any answers for that. Sorry.
And then no worries. And then in the final 8 games, is there something like a mantra or a mindset, or has there been any change in the locker room at all?
I think just the guys know where things are at, what they're up against, but it's really staying grounded, staying consistent in the process and what we're doing every day. Because if we get too far ahead of ourselves, I think it's kind of like driving. Like you can only see the 200 feet in front of you. If you try to look too far past it, then you might hit a hole or something like that. So we just got to keep our eyes forward, focus on task at hand, practice, the next practice, the game, things like that. I think that's the really big focus, is kind of stay where our feet are, and just take it as it comes.
And even though obviously you still have a good 8 games left of regular season, how has this first year been for you? Any big takeaways?
Yeah, I've gotten used to the heat, so that's good. People told me that it was summer is so short. They lied a little bit on that, but now it's beautiful. I can't believe that I get to wake up and be in 75-degree weather every day. The school environment's great. Like just being able to be at a school that has this type of resources and provides everything necessary for our kids to be successful. I think that's really amazing, just to see how well supported they are. Playing in front of a crowd like this every night, it's been a lot of fun, and it's a great group of guys. Like I can't be thankful enough for how hard they work, for how receptive they've been. It's not easy being a new guy, whether you're a player or coach, or so. It's been really fun joining this program. I'm lucky to be here, and really happy about it.
Speaking of the new guys, as in the players, how have they impressed you? I feel like they've grown so much this season.
Yeah, at this point of the year, no one's new, right? Like this is a time of the year where there's no first years, there's no transfers, there's no, there's nothing like that. It's just guys that are stepping up and maintaining roles, and we've done a really good job this year having injuries, guys finding ways to fill in and do their part to help us get wins, and that's a really big thing, checking aside egos and checking aside what I think maybe you should have been or that, and just again being able to do what's necessary to win on a Friday night, and maybe not even on Friday. Maybe you might not be playing. What are you doing to help the team get better on a Tuesday? Like that's really important for guys that are taking those roles and taking them with pride. And you see guys on a Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock blocking shots, getting in lane. Like those are really important things that help us have success, and no role goes unnoticed. Like with Hammer getting in the net on Saturday, like that's awesome for the guys. Like that's a really big thing, because he puts in so much work that no one gets to see. So it's really cool to be able to see him celebrated in that way, and his teammates to stand up for it, right?
And I know it's been important to try to get the hometown kids to stay in the Valley. So how important is that for you? Yeah,
I think like West Coast kids, hometown kids, like that's really important. Like we want to build a sense of pride that you don't have to go very far to be in one of the top programs in the country, and where this place should be, with us being able to have top West Coast local kids is a huge priority for us. And the Sun Devil brand carries such a big weight, and that makes things easy for us as we get out on the road recruiting. But we want to keep them here, and there's no reason not to when you look around, right?
And speaking of the brand, Coach Powers has done such a fantastic job of he always says be the tradition. So how great has it been coming in and seeing all the work that he's put in?
Yeah, it's amazing. Like seeing it from the outside and now seeing it from the inside, you get two different perspectives. You know, I've been lucky to have a relationship with him prior to this year, and seeing how it's gone from what it was to even stories of him when he was here, and how it's expanded from that to now, and how the school has bought into his mission and just kind of his vision. I mean, he's the CEO of this thing, and he's done an unbelievable job with getting it to where it is, and I'm just thrilled to be able to be a part of kind of the next chapter of where it's going with the conference, and so it's really exciting.
We're starting to see Gibby in net more. What are you seeing in his development now that he's starting to get some time on ice?
Yeah, we talk about humble working and being quiet and just being ready to be ready. Like, that's Gibby. Gibby has worked hard every day, and he's earned everything that he's gotten, and some opportunity has come, and he's striking at the right times, and the guys have full confidence in him. When he's in that net, we know that we have just as good of a chance to win on as any other night. And but I really am proud of how he's approached it and just earned it every day and kept a quietness to him. And then he just gets in, and that quiet confidence comes out, and the guys know that he's going to be back there and make some big saves for us like he did on the weekend.
Seems like a pretty fast and competitive practice. What did you think of it?
Yeah, that was definitely a pretty intense practice for a Tuesday. I mean, I wasn't expecting it, but it was good, and I think that it's going to help us go into Fairbanks, and then we get an off weekend after, so we'll give everything we got for that.
And I know you play with a fiery mindset out there, so how was that last game? Have you ever been a part of something like that?
I've never been a part of anything like that, and I thought it was the coolest thing to see him down there get a 5-minute major for fighting. I've never seen that, so that's pretty cool, and it's fun to be a part of.
And do you think that energy has kind of translated into this week of just, hey, we have 8 games left, let's leave it all out there?
Yeah, I think that's sort of our mindset. I mean, we have 8 games left, or we have more than 8 games left. If we can play these games the right way, I think we'll do just fine, and then play more after that.
Is that something you guys are looking at those pairwise rankings, or are you just trying to completely ignore that?
We definitely know where we're at and stuff, but we try not to talk about it after games and stuff. We know that some of the teams we beat might not help us, but other teams playing are definitely helping us. So I think if we just do what we do, then hopefully the pairwise plays out itself.
And is there anything that's in particular being emphasized heading into Alaska Fairbanks this week?
I think just compete. I mean, we all know pretty much our record versus Fairbanks in the past my 3 years here. So I think if we just play almost how we did versus Saturday versus Lindenwood, I think we'll do just fine, and they won't want to play against us.
And of course you had an amazing season so far, but I feel like the last 3 to 4 weeks there's been something that's like changed maybe. Do you think anything's changed, but you've just been on fire in the past few games?
I think I've just sort of started to found my game. I mean, before Christmas I was doing fine and stuff, but now after I finally have my body fully healthy, like everything feels completely normal. I got comfortable with my line mate, so 5-on-5's clicking a lot more, which makes it a lot easier.
And a lot of the younger guys continue to show how much they've grown this season. How important is that for this particular season and then just the program as a whole?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you had 3 freshmen start a line brawl versus a team on Saturday. So that's cool to always see. And then you have Gibby playing, which we didn't even have to stand on our head for. He can do it himself. So it's easy to play with those guys.
And speaking of Gibby, how awesome is it for you guys to know and kind of play maybe a little more comfortable and loose when you know that he's going to make some pretty big saves?
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you have 2 really good goalies. You have so much trust, and then that gives you more confidence to go make offense, because if you do turn it over, you know you have somebody in the net to help you out.
What's the big difference in between what happened, how you guys played on Friday, and how you guys played on Saturday?
Just getting results that we want. First game we didn't get a lot of bounces that went our way. In the second game we got our bounces and we took advantage of it. You know, we scored some goals that were very important to establishing a lead, and we kind of ran with it. You know, the first game it was hard to find momentum and get a lead, and in the second game it was a big emphasis to be able to grab a lead and go. So.
Have you ever seen or been a part of anything like what happened with that big brawl on Saturday?
A couple times in juniors, you have a couple fights here and there, but nothing quite like that. It was more personal. It was more, there's, I guess, more things involved with that. Just shows how resilient our team is and how, we won't take anything. If you're gonna dump stuff on us, we're gonna dump stuff back on you. So.
Does that do anything for your guys' energy just heading into these last 8 games? Just like kind of
Yeah, if anything, it brings us closer together. You know, we all have each other's back, and we'll do anything for each other, no matter what. You know, whether it's fighting, whether it's going in the corner to win a puck battle, whether it's blocking a shot, it doesn't really matter. Everyone is, you know, has each other's backs. So.
You're always willing to put your body on the line. You had some pretty big blocks. So how important is that for you to always implement that in your game?
One thing I learned in this sport, and it's a great sport, is, you know, there's always something bigger than you. And if you want to be a successful player and a successful person in life, you have to sometimes sacrifice stuff you might not always want to do. And blocking shots in the PK, it's not like something you want to do. It's something you need to do for the guys in the room that have been here, for the coaching staff that has built this program. It's little things. Blocking shots is just a part of the job at this point.
And the young blood that has come in has been incredible. You guys are already making such an impact. So how awesome is it just to see not only you, but your fellow newcomers just coming in and making an impact?
It just puts a smile on your face. You know, these are the guys you've been together with since the beginning of June. You know, working and sometimes times seemed uncertain. You know, you weren't sure if you were going to make it through, and you kind of picked each other up in the toughest of times, and you're able to get through those hard times. And to be able to see us now all be able to contribute and produce in the lineup and make an impact on what this team is, it's just, like I said, the only thing I can say is it puts a smile on your face. It makes you feel good to see everyone, you know, giving their effort and making an impact on this team.
Coach Powers has said that Heimovich is a player who's one of the best teammates on this team. So what does he mean to you as a teammate?
God, he is such a kind person, and he's one of the best locker room guys you could possibly ask for. You know, sometimes he might not get all the opportunity, but you'll never know. You know, he's always smiling, he's always bringing the energy, and he's always finding a way when you might be feeling bad to put a smile on your face. So he's amazing.
And as the season has gone on, has there been a veteran, maybe one or two, that you really think has taken you under their wings?
You know, this has always been a tough question for me. I've heard this one a couple times. It's just there's so many veterans that all are contributing, all in the same way. They all hold you accountable, and they all care, like enormous amounts. You know, when you mess up, it's not, if they're not talking to you, then something's probably wrong. And it's hard to, if you make a mistake, to go through the locker room and not have someone come up and tap you on the pants. It's unbelievable what this team is about, and it's a great leadership group. So it's hard to pick out just one. They're all unbelievable.
And as we're nearing the end of the season or regular season, is there something that you kind of thought to yourself, man, I've really grown in that area compared to others?
It's just mental toughness. Previous years, I've struggled with keeping my cool in tough situations and in situations where I think I could be better. You know, I figured out a way to kind of put away those feelings of, gosh, why am I doing that? That's stupid, and then going and taking a stupid penalty or making it worse for myself down the road. I found a way to, you know, calm myself and then eventually pay it back in a better way, whether it's blocking a shot, going to the net, create a rebound, maybe an opportunity, just finding little things that I can create momentum with. So.
Obviously, you guys want to make it to the postseason. How much are you guys looking at those ProWise rankings and just like trying to keep it off your mind?
You can't. You wake up every morning, you look at that. You live and breathe by it. You hope you watch every game. You know, we got guys every night watching college hockey, just hoping that the teams that we did beat, you know, do well, and the teams that, you know, we didn't do well against are also doing well to help us. You know, we're looking at those rankings every single day, and it's hard not to when you're a competitive group like these guys. All you want in the world is just to get in and get a chance, because if we get in, we're gonna make noise. It's gonna happen, and like I said, you live and breathe by those rankings, so it's hard not to look at them every single day.